Okay, students, let's look at these questions. Here in question 1, we're supposed to find the inverse Fourier transform for these impulse signals. And then question 2, determine the time domain signal corresponding to the spectrum shown. When they say determine the time domain signal, they just want you to do the inverse Fourier transform. So both questions are in inverse Fourier transform. So now, let's get into this. So question 1, okay, here, in question 1, okay, what happens is that we have to, here is x of w. So our x of w, which is given to us, is an impulse signal. So impulse signal, then it must be written in this way. 6 into delta of what? W plus what? 4. Plus 3 into what? Delta of what? Into delta of what? W plus 2. Plus 6 into what? Delta of what? W, because it's occurring as 0. Plus 3 into what? Delta of what? W, okay, minus 2. Plus 6 into what? 6 into what? Delta of W plus what? 4. Okay, so this is how the impulse function or signal can actually be represented. Okay, so now let's see one specific signal. When we say impulse, it occurs at a specific point. So it's not within interval. So normally, so in that case, the integration doesn't really affect it. Okay, so here, x of t is equals to, that's the inverse Fourier transform. Well, 1 on pi, 2 pi, okay, into what? Minus infinity to what? Infinity. X of what? Omega into e j what? T d what? D omega. Okay. So here, when it is impulse signal, x of omega is what? X of omega normally becomes a constant, like 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, okay, like that, okay. So here we can actually not factor that much, so much inside, okay, but I can still maintain it though. But you let me take one of the signals and then represent it, then I do it for the rest. So let's say that we take in the first one, okay, let's say that we're taking the first one, which is what? 6 of what? Delta into W plus what? 4. Okay, so let's say that I want the inverse Fourier transform for this one. Okay, then it will actually be equals to the fact that, you see, W is occurring at what? Minus 4. Okay, W is occurring at minus 4. And then what I can also say is that, so 1 over what? 2 pi minus what? Infinity to what? Infinity. Okay, so here the x of omega here is what? 6. Okay, and then here the x of omega will become 6, and the rest I can just follow with this part, e j. Okay, omega is occurring at what? Minus 4, so I can put minus 4 here into what? T. Okay, let's see, dw. But in this case, okay, what is happening is such that it's an impulse signal, so the minus infinity and infinity, it is not occurring within an interval, because you see that this signal, they don't occur at what? Interval, at specific what? Point. Okay, so minus infinity to infinity don't affect these ones. All right, okay, so therefore I can ignore this integration what? Aspect, and then it will become what? 1 on what? 2 pi. Okay, then it will become 1 on 2 pi into 6 e minus 4 j/t. Okay, so this is what I'll have. Okay, and so this one is going to be equals to be what? 3 on what? Pi. Okay, 3 on pi into what? E minus 4j what? T. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have. So if I take, let's say, the inverse Fourier transform for, let's say, another one, let's say 6, okay, 6 into what? Delta, this, I made a mistake here, okay, this one is supposed to be what? Minus 4, okay, because this place is what? Plus 4. This place is what? Minus 4. Okay, it's going to be minus 4. All right, it's not plus 4, it's minus 4. All right, so please, this is what I'm trying to show you, that this place, okay, is W plus 4. This place, okay, is W minus what? 4. Okay, is W minus 4. Okay, all right. So when I come here, I'll have 6 into what? Delta W minus what? 4. Let me see, I'm doing the Fourier transform for it. Okay, so similarly to this one, I'll have 1 over what? 2 pi. My exponent, my integration doesn't matter, okay, because it's an impulse. Impulse don't occur within intervals. It occurs as a single point. If it's occurring at a single point, then why should we bother to do integration there? There's no integration needed. Okay, so here it's going to be what? Into 6 exponent what? E, okay, EG. But here, omega is occurring at what? Positive 4. Positive 4. Okay, because omega is equal to positive 4 here. Okay, 4 what? T. Okay, so this one is equals to what? 3 on what? Pi into what? E 4j what? T. Okay, so that is what you're going to get for it. Okay, so now having done for these two, I can just straight away do it for all of them, for the rest. Okay, so now taking inverse Fourier transform on both sides. Then in that case, my x of W here will become what? X of what? T is equals to the rest here. I'll just do it for them. Okay, so here I'm going to have 3 pi for this one. Okay, for this one, okay, I'm going to have what? 3 pi into what? E minus 4gt. Okay, and this one I'm going to have plus what? 3 on what? 2 pi. Okay, E minus 2gt. Okay, this one, okay, is occurring at 0. So E exponent 0 is what? 0. So that means that it will be what? E exponent what? 0. Okay, that will be E exponent 0, sorry, is 1. Okay, so if E exponent 0 is 1, then that means that this place will become 1. So I'll have what? 1 over 2 pi, but it's 6. So I'll have what? Plus 6 over what? 2 pi. 6 over 2 pi will actually give me 3 on what? Pi. Okay, and then the next one, it will be plus what? 3 on what? 2 pi into what? E exponent. But here, it is occurring at what? E equals what? 2. So I will have what? 2gt. And then here, I'm going to get what? Here. Okay, here. I'm going to get what? 3 on what? Pi into E exponent what? 4gt. So this is what I am going to have. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have. All right. So now I can just move on to the next step. Okay, so to the next step, I'm going to have what I can just do is that I can just put them together. Okay, put them together, group the like terms for them. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so now what I can do from where we got to is that I can just say that 3 on what? Pi into 3 on pi into I can say that 3 on pi into e exponent minus 4j_t. Okay, and then so okay, this, okay, 3 on pi, 3 on, okay, 3 on pi is here. Okay, so wait, please, okay, another 3 on pi is here, so e4j what, t. Okay, so that is for what, 3 on pi. Okay, then I can have plus 3 on what, 2 pi. Okay, I can have 3 on 2 pi. Okay, so if I have 3 on 2 pi, then that one also I'm going to have, if I have 3 on 2 pi, then from what we got before, I'm going to have e exponent minus 2j_t. Okay, and then I'm going to have the next one, okay, plus e exponent what, 2j_t. Okay, plus, okay, 3 on what, pi. Alright, so that is what I'm going to actually get. Okay, that's what I'm going to get. Okay, so from here, what we can do is that we can just do the trigonometric expansion for them in terms of instituting our cosine and then our sine. Okay, and then our sine. Alright, so now here, if that is the case, then I'm going to have 3 on what, pi into what, cos 4t minus j sine 4t. Okay, and then I'm going to have here, I'm going to have plus cos 4t, okay, plus j sine 4t. Is it? Good. Okay, so that's what I'm going to actually have over there. Okay, that's what I'm going to have. So now here, then plus 3 on what, 2 pi into what, into here, I'm going to have cos 2t, okay, minus j sine 2t. Okay, and then I'm going to have plus cos 2t, okay, plus j sine 2t. Okay, so what I can say is that here, this will cancel this, okay, and then this one is minus, so it will also cancel this one. Okay, all right, so that's what I'm going to have. Okay, plus 3 on what, pi, this one. Okay, so now from here, what I can say is that I can have 3 on pi into what, 2 cos 4t. Okay, from this and this. Okay, then I can have 3 on what, 2 pi. I can have 3 on what, 2 pi into what, 2 cos 2t. Okay, and then I can have plus 3 on what, pi. Okay, so when I have that one, then what I can do again is, okay, let me see. If I have that one, then I can say that here I'm going to actually have 3 on what, pi, okay, into 2 cos 4t, okay, 2 cos 4t, okay, plus, okay, plus let me see. Okay, all right, let's see. Is everything okay? Okay, so here this 2 can eliminate this 2. Okay, and then I'm going to have still 3 on pi cos what? 2t, okay, plus what? 3 on what? Pi, okay. So now if I do that, then I can see that my x of t is supposed to be equals to 3 on what? Pi into what? 1 plus 2 cos 4t plus cos 2 what? T. So that will be the end of this particular question. Alright. Okay. So let me solve the second one also simply. Okay. So here in the second one, that is also very simple. Okay. So that one, number 2, you just have this one. Okay. Here is 0. Here is omega naught. Here is omega naught. Here is omega. Here is x of what? Omega. Okay, and then here is what? 1. So here you have x of what? T is equals to 1 over what? 2 pi into integral here, let's say minus infinity to what? Infinity into what? X of what? Omega into what? E, J, T, okay, and then the interval here is going to be what? Let's say T. Let's say the interval here, let's say minus infinity less than what? T less than what? Infinity. Okay, so here x of what? T is equals to, x of T is equals to 1 over what? 2 pi into what? Omega naught, okay, minus into what? Omega naught into what? X of omega. Here is this function, x of omega here is 1. Okay, so in that case, if you put 1 here, you still get the same thing. So I'll just write E, J, what? T, okay, and the function is what? The omega, okay, and the interval here is going to be what? Omega naught minus, okay, less than what? T, less than what? Omega naught, okay, so that's how it's going to be. Okay, so now, if you have this one, then we can just integrate, okay, into 1 over what? 2 pi into what? Here, we integrate it with respect to what? The omega. So I'll have what? I'll have 1 over what? Jt into what? E exponent what? Ej what? Omega t. Okay, so here is going to be what? Minus omega naught is going to be what? Omega naught. So this is equals to, okay, so this is equals to 1 over what? 2 pi into what? Let me bring 1 over what? Jt here. Okay, so then I'm going to have Ej, okay, Ej omega what? Naught t minus Ej omega naught t. Here is minus. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm going to get. Alright, so this is what I'll have. Okay, if I have this one, then everything is almost settled. So now I have 1 over what? 2 pi jt. Okay, into what? Into e exponent j omega naught what? T. Minus e exponent minus j omega naught what? T. Okay. So this is what I have. So now here I can only proceed by introducing my what? My trig terms, which are sine and cosine. So I'll have 1 over what? 2 pi into what? Jt into here. Here I'm going to have cos omega naught what? T plus j sine omega naught t, okay, minus cos omega naught t, okay, okay, it will be minus, so it will be plus, plus j sine omega naught t. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have. Okay, so now if I have this one, if I have this one, then I think cos and cos can cancel because they are opposite. Okay, so here 1 over what? 2 pi j what? T into what? Into 2j sine omega naught t. Okay, so this is what I'm going to have. Okay, so now if I have this one, then j will cancel j, 2 will cancel 2. Okay, I'll have x of what? T into over what? 1 over what? Pi. 1 over 2 pi into what? Into what I'm going to have here is what? Sine omega naught what? Please wait. Let me, wait, I'm not going to get that, okay? I'm going to have x of what? T is equals to, j will cancel j, 2 will cancel 2. So I have 1 over what? Pi t. 1 over pi t into what? Sine omega naught t. Okay, and that will be the end of this question. Thank you so much.